I went to this free seminar a couple of weeks ago. It was about how to read tarot cards. By the time we broke for lunch, I still wasn't sure what angle the lady was taking. Whether she truly believed in tarot cards and how to fine-tune your psychic powers to be able to read tarot cards. Or whether it was a seminar about how to use tarot cards as a means to an end of better cold reading people. It's one of those things where you never truly know if somebody is being honest or if this person is telling you a completely made-up story. Anyhow, because it was a free seminar, I was expecting a pitch at the end for the full-blown seminar. When we did break for lunch, I did go out with a few people from the seminar. A couple of guys and a couple of girls. They did the talking, I did the listening. And it was one of those times where this guy just starts talking, and because this guy is so interesting, you just continue to listen to whatever this guy is saying. Even though you suspect that this guy is just making stuff up, you want to listen to this guy even more because this is starting to get really compelling. She asked him why he wanted to learn how to read tarot cards, and he told her it was because of a guy that he met in a bar one time, which reminded me of a story when I was back in San Diego and I met this guy in a bar who told me that he used to be a pool champion. And I didn't believe him, so I challenged him to run the table on the next guy he played after he beat me. And because he did easily run the table, I started to believe that this guy was telling the truth. And the guy he met said he could pick up any girl in any bar. Of course, he didn't believe him, so he chose the hottest girl in that bar and challenged him to pick her up. He, of course, accepted this challenge, but before making his approach, he started to meditate. He asked him why he was meditating, but he told him that he wasn't meditating. He was only clearing a channel of communication that exists beneath conscious communication. He told him that it was kind of like pre-framing, but on a psychic level. Kind of like how when you pre-frame things conversationally, you can define what things mean, but before you say them. Most people try to frame their ideas after they're out of their head and into the wild. But when you pre-frame ideas while they are still inside your head, by the time you say those ideas, people will accept the meaning you assigned to those ideas. And after he did this, he went over and started talking to her. And he told us that she responded to him as if they were long-lost lovers or something. They started making out in the bar and they left together. He kept going back to that same bar, hopefully to meet that same guy so he could ask him to teach him how to do things like this. Finally, he met him and he told him that he learned this trick from somebody else. And this guy would meditate on tarot cards before going out. He never explained why tarot cards. But when he did go out, he would just sit in the corner of a crowded bar or club, and he would simply meditate and pre-frame all the ideas in his head before anybody else could think those same ideas. To pre-frame ideas inside other people's heads, but before they exist. So when they eventually do think those thoughts, they'll give them meanings that he wanted them to mean. And of course, this attracts them to him who's just sitting in the corner and meditating. He doesn't even need to talk or make eye contact. The ladies in the club all feel a sense of subconscious attraction only by his presence. And when they all start to subconsciously make their way towards this guy, they will sense each other doing the same thing, which will kick off their competition anxiety, which will make them even more aggressively want to pursue this guy. And since he demonstrated the same thing in this other bar, like he did in the previous bar with that other girl, he decided to study this so he could do the same thing. And after the seminar was over, she did make a big pitch for the full 3-day seminar. And I did notice that she did use a lot of techniques from conversational hypnosis while she was teaching this seminar, which of course made me suspect that she was using tarot cards as a means to an end for cold reading. And that with a combination of understanding of tarot cards, a bit of cold reading skills, all wrapped up with conversational hypnosis, you can learn how to become extremely and irresistibly persuasive. The guy that told us that crazy story was the first guy to sign up. He saw me later out in the parking lot and asked me if I signed up. And he said, "You really need to study this stuff. When you learn how to use conversational hypnosis, there is a lot of stuff that you can do. You can operate below the radar and get people to do anything. You can pre-frame words before they are spoken. You can pre-frame thoughts before other people think them. And you can open up levels of communication that other people don't even know about. Of course, whether or not you want to learn how to do this is up to you. At any rate, thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, and comment. To learn more, please visit mindpersuasion.com.